Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So guys, this is lesson number 4 and in this video we are going to solve family tree based questions. So we are solving these questions so that you get a clear understanding of the concept of family tree that we have learned in the previous video. So in the previous lesson, that is lesson number 3, we have solved some question, but those questions are of easy level. So in this video we are going to take some questions which are of a little bit tricky level so that you get an understanding of what different kinds of questions can be made on family tree concept. So let's try to solve this question. So first of all, there are 7 family members P, Q, R, S, T, U and V, in which there are 2 married couples. P is the sister of Q, who is maternal grandson of T. The father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. R is sister-in-law of V, who is father of P. U is a female. And we only have one question based on this statement, that is, who is the husband of U. So let us try to first of all create the family tree. If you already know how to create a family tree, please pause the video and try to create a family tree first and try to solve the question on your own, and then you can again start watching the video. So let's now create the family tree. First of all, there are 7 family members given, and in which there are 2 married couples. So we have to remember that there are 2 married couples. So first statement is P is the sister of Q. So P is the sister of Q. So we have a P as female and Q, we do not know the gender as of now. So we have taken this statement. Next is Q. P is the sister of Q, who is maternal grandson of T. So P is also the maternal P is the sister of Q, who is the maternal grandson of T. So Q is the maternal grandson of T. So we can write it like this: Q is the maternal grandson of T. So since it is mentioned that he is the maternal grandson, so we are making him we are making a square over here which represent that he is the male, and it is also mentioned that Q is the maternal grandson, so which means that here his mother will come, and which will be a female. That is why we are creating a circle, and we do not know the gender of T as of now. So we have done till here. Okay, next statement is the father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. The father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. The most probable thing that can come here is S, right? Because if S will come here, then the father of S, that is T, will have 2 maternal grandsons. But right now we will not put, because there is a possibility that something else can also come here. So we are keeping this place vacant as of now. R is the sister-in-law of V, who is the father of P. So first of all, R is the father of P. Okay, so if R is the father, then there is a husband-wife relation over here. And again it is mentioned that R is the sister-in-law of V, who is the father of P. Sorry, so it is not R that will come here. It is V that will come here, because it is mentioned that R is the sister-in-law of V and V is the father of P. So V is the father-in-law of P and R is the sister-in-law of V. So R will be a female. Okay, and right now I have removed S from here. So let us see what all are the letters which we have already covered. So we were having P, Q, R, S, T, U and V. So we have already done P, Q, we have taken V, R and T. Now the remaining 2 are S and U. So let's read the remaining statement. Who is the father of P? We have done this. V is the father of P. U is a female. Okay, so U is a female, it is mentioned, and S is remaining. So if we will try to put U is a female over here, then there is then where to put S, right? And S was perfectly fitting over here, which was mentioned that the father of S has 2 maternal grandchildren. So S should definitely come here, and T is the father, it is very much sure. And now in the first statement only it was mentioned that there are 2 married couples. So one married couple is V and S, and the other married couple is T and U. It will be T and U because U is a female, it is mentioned. So this is U that will come here. Now we have made the complete tree. So now let us see that what is the question that we have. So who is the husband of U? So we have U over here, and the husband of U is T. So the correct answer for this is T is the husband of U. So in this way you can get the questions based on family tree. Now you have to be very calm while solving these questions, because you might do some mistakes while creating the family tree, and if you have done some mistake while creating the family tree, then your answer might not be correct. So make sure that you practice enough questions before attempting your exams. So moving on to the next question. So we have another question here. Let us try to create the family tree first. In a family there are 6 members, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so there are 6 members, A, B, C, D, E, F, and A and B are married couples. Okay, let us start drawing our tree. A and B are married couples. A being a male member, so A is a male member, so B will be a female member. A being a male member, D is the only son of C. So we have another statement, D is the only son of C. So this statement is totally different. So what we will do is we will create a tree separately over here. D is the only son of C. Sorry, so we do not have the gender of C as of now. So C will be here and D will be here, because D is the only son of C is given to us. So C, who is brother of A, so it is also given that C is the brother of A, right? So C is the brother of A, so there will be a brother relation between here. So let me create a clear diagram so that there will be no confusions. So this was A. Let us read this statement completely first. D is the only son of C, who is the brother of A. So C is the brother of A and D is the only son of C. So this is the diagram as of now. Let us read the statement further. E is the sister of D. E is the sister of D. And the next thing is B is the daughter-in-law of F, whose husband has died. So B is daughter-in-law of F. B is here, so B is the daughter-in-law of F, so F will be what? F will come here. F will either be mother or father of A. Now it is mentioned that F's husband has died, which means that F is a woman. So F's husband has died, so here we can mark as cross, and this is a male member. So F's husband has died. Okay, so this statement is given to us so that we can find out the gender of F, right? Otherwise, if it would not have been mentioned that F's husband has died, we do not know that what is the gender of F. So this statement is only for knowing the gender of F. Okay, let's see the question now. How many male members are there? So in the diagram we can see that 1, 2, 3 male members are there. Now suppose if you have the option as 3, so suppose if you are in the exam, if you are given with the options as A, B, C, D, and the option A is 1, option B is 2, option C is 3, and option D is 4. Okay, now suppose if you are given these options, so you have the option as 4 also, right? So some students will do is they will count it like this: D is the male 1, 2, C is the male, A is the male 3, and they will also consider this person as the male because they will think that he is also a part of the family. But it is clearly mentioned that this person is no more in the world, or he has died, which means that we should not consider this person in the family right now, because this information is only given to us so that we can know the gender of F. Okay, so that is why we will consider the answer for this question as 3 main members only. So the main motive of taking this question was this only, that sometimes this kinds of tricky questions are being asked, so we do not have to think in another way. We just have to think only the cases in which the family members are present in the family. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is 3 male members. Okay, let's look at the next question now. So guys, if you are having any doubts or any problem while understanding these questions, let me know in the comment section and I will reply to all your queries. So before moving on to the next question, I want all of you to know that I'm regularly posting these kinds of helpful videos for all of you on my channel. So if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, I am creating a complete playlist on reasoning and different topics of aptitude. So right now I have started the playlist for reasoning and I have already uploaded some videos related to blood relation. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and check this playlist So there will be a lot of helpful videos in this playlist for all of you. Also, if you are looking for job, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I regularly post off-campus drives for all of you on Instagram as well. So let's move on to our next question. So here we have our next question. Salesman, engineer and accountant. There are two married couples in the family. D is the salesman married to the lady teacher. The doctor is married to the lawyer. F, accountant, is the son of E and brother of E. C, the lawyer is daughter-in-law of A. E is unmarried engineer and A is the grandmother of F. So we have this question now. In this question is a slightly different from the ones that we have seen previously, because here it is mentioned that mentioned the professions also along with the family members. The professions of the family members are also given, so we need to be careful while solving this question. So let's start solving it. First statement is there are two married couples. Again, we have to take care of this, because at the end of the while we have created our family diagram, this statement will be helpful to us. So D, the salesman married to the lady teacher. So we have something like this. D, the salesman, clearly it is a male, is married to a lady teacher. We do not know the gender of lady teacher as of now, so we will write it like this. D, the salesman married to the lady teacher. Let's move ahead and moving to the next statement. The doctor is married to the lawyer. So again, a statement is given to us, but there is no relation to the one which we have written till now. So what we can do is we can simply write it like this. Doctor is there, okay, and okay, so we do not even know the genders, right? So we can only write it like this: doctor, and doctor is married to the lawyer. So F, the accountant, is the son of E. Okay, so F is an accountant and he is a son of E and brother of E. So there is a correction. So the F is an accountant, he is the son of not E but B will come here. Okay, so F is an accountant and he is a son of B. So we also know the F is an accountant and he is the son of B. So it is clearly mentioned that he is son. So that is why we have assigned him as male, and he is the brother of E. So we will write it something like this. Again, brother of E. So we do not know the gender of E. So E will come here. So you can see that this question is giving us the statements in a very not connected manner. So we have three statements with us and three different parts of the family tree. Now we need to connect them in order to find the relationship among everyone. Let's read the statement further. So we have done this. F, the accountant, is the son of E and brother of E, son of B and brother of E. Next is C, the lawyer, is daughter-in-law of A. Okay, so C is the lawyer and is daughter-in-law of A. So first of all, this is the one married couple, this is the second married couple, and C is the daughter-in-law of A. So let us try to figure out where can we fit C. So suppose you can think of it like this. There are two married couples. Now we have got it from the question that there will not be any married couple no more in the family, right? Because we have already found two. Now the daughter-in-law relationship is between them only, right? So we know that D is there and he has a wife as the lady teacher. So the son of D will have a wife and that wife will be the daughter-in-law, right? Now the lawyer is the C. So we can mark C as the lawyer over here, and now this person will be the male, right? And we can connect it like this. Suppose if this person is the son, then C is the daughter-in-law of A. So daughter-in-law of A, so A will come here, who will be the wife of D. E is an unmarried engineer. So okay, E is there, correct. A is the grandmother of F. So A is also the grandmother of F. So we have to create a relation. So you can see that we have already a relation that B is the parent of F, but we do not know where B should come. So we can clearly see that if B will come here, and we can make F as the son of B, then in that case A will be the grandmother. So correctly, if we will fill all the positions, then F will come here and E will come here, and we no longer need this part because we have already mentioned everything here, and F is the accountant and E is the engineer. So in this way we have created the complete family tree and all the statements are now covered. Now let's see what is the question that is being asked to us. So what is the profession of B? So in the diagram we can clearly see that B is the doctor. So the correct answer for this question is doctor. Now I know that this question was a little bit tricky, so it totally depends on what is the level of your exam which you are attempting, because if the exam is of a level in which the questions of tough level are being asked, then you can only expect this question. Otherwise in many exams these kinds of questions are never being asked because this is a bit tricky question. Okay, so if you have already solved this, now you have already done the practice, you don't have to worry about it. So I hope now you have got the understanding of all the questions that are being asked in the exams based on family tree. We will bring 1 or 2 videos more on this topic, and then we will start another topic based on reasoning. So make sure that you check that playlist and check all the other videos of the playlist also, which I am going to post in the playlist. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss our channel in any way. And if you have any doubts related to anything, let me know in the comment section. Join us on different social media platforms like Telegram and Instagram because we also have a community over there where you can connect with different like-minded students and ask your questions. So make sure to join those platforms also. Thanks for watching the video.